When your parents pass away without a will, the courts do not explain what to do. You're expected to file legal petitions, track down heirs, follow legal processes, pay off debts, notify creditors. You have all these things that you have to do while you're still trying to grieve over losing your parents. And if you make any mistakes, it's going to delay the whole process, create family conflict, and even make you personally liable in some cases. This guide is going to show you exactly how to go through the probate process when your parents die without a will. It's a clear step-by-step procedure so you know exactly what to do. Step 1 is nothing happens until someone files for the probate process. And before you file for probate, you don't have any authority to manage bank accounts, transfer property, pay funeral expenses out of the estate, or pay off any debts that your parents may have owed. Even if you are the only child and you inherit everything, those assets will still have to go through the probate process before they can be distributed out to you. And you can't do anything with those assets until you have the letters of administration, which gives you the authority to manage the assets inside the estate. So step 2 is that you have to file the petition for probate so you can become appointed as the administrator of the estate. So when you go and file that petition for probate, what you have to do is include the petition, the death certificate, the list of heirs, the list of all the assets and their potential values, signed consent forms from the other heirs to prove that they were notified, and a request to the court that they appoint you as the administrator of the estate. The courts may also ask that you file a probate bond, which is basically an insurance policy in the event that something goes wrong with the assets inside the estate. Once the courts approve of everything, they will give you the letters of administration, and that will give you the authority to start managing the assets inside the estate. Once you have those letters, it is now your responsibility to notify the heirs and the creditors of the parents' estate. You'll need to send a formal notice to all of the heirs, and then make a public notification to creditors, which is going to be a publication in your local newspaper once a week for a 4-week period. It'll be your responsibility to track down all debts that your parents had. This includes medical bills, credit card debt, and even mortgage payments. This is where you can become personally liable if you mess things up. So if you do the public notification incorrectly and you miss a debt that your parents owed and you don't pay that debt off and you distribute those assets out to the beneficiaries, you can become personally liable for paying those debts off down the road. The beneficiaries will have to give that money back to the estate so you can pay those debts off and then redistribute that money out to the beneficiaries. Step 4 is going to be locate and secure all the assets that your parents had. This is going to include vehicles, cars, rental properties, financial accounts like checking, savings, retirement, insurance policies, etc., and also personal belongings that are important to the family. You'll need to figure out which of these assets will have to go through the probate process and which ones are able to avoid it. Assets that do not have to go through the probate process is any financial accounts that have a designated beneficiary on them. Also, joint bank accounts that have rights of survivorship on them, property titled as joint tenants or rights of survivorship, and life insurance policies that have a designated beneficiary on them. Everything else that was in your parents' name when they passed away will have to go through the probate process before it can be distributed out to the beneficiaries. Step 5 is paying off all debts that your parents have. Now that the creditors have come to you and said, hey, these are the debts that your parents owed, and now you have secured all the assets inside the estate, you can start using some of those assets to pay off debts that your parents had. This will include credit card balances, outstanding loans, funeral expenses, mortgage payments, etc. You will also need to file your parents' personal tax returns and also the estate tax returns and pay off those taxes that they owe. Make sure you are not distributing money too early. If a creditor comes to you after you have distributed all of those assets out to the beneficiaries, you could be personally liable for paying off those debts. Step 6 is how to handle the real estate. It must be handled very carefully. If your parents owned a home or a rental property, the courts will have to sign off on who's going to be inheriting that property. They will need you to file an inventory of all the assets and get an appraisal on the real estate. Then you'll have to get permission to sell that property before you distribute the money out to the beneficiary. You cannot transfer the ownership of that property, refinance the loan, or sell that property until you have court approval and you have been appointed as the administrator of the estate. Step 7 is going to be when you are distributing these assets, follow state laws, not what your parents wanted you to do. Now remember, when your parents don't have a will, it does not matter what they told you on how they want their assets to be distributed. What matters is that they don't have a will, and now those assets have to get split per the intestate laws, not by your parents' wishes. So the assets are going to get split per the intestate laws, which means if you have a surviving spouse and kids, the assets will get split evenly between the spouse and the kids, with the spouse getting a minimum of 1/3. If there was no surviving spouse, then the kids will get all the assets and they'll split them evenly. If there's no kids or spouse, the assets will go to the next of kin. Typically, it's going to go to the parents first and then the siblings. And when it goes to the parents or siblings, it goes to one of them. If it goes to the parents, all the assets go to the parents. If there's no parents, it goes down to the siblings. All the siblings get to split those assets evenly. Now, this is looking back a little bit. You need to prepare for family conflict going on because probate is said to be the divorce process when you have siblings. Even without any disputes, the probate process can take 6 to 12 months from the point of your parents passing away to the point of you taking ownership of those properties. And when you have multiple beneficiaries, it's naturally going to create conflict. Now, some major points of conflict that we commonly see is going to be who's going to be the administrator of the estate, who's going to get the house, who has already received shares of inheritance from their parents, and any lack or delay in communication. So when you're going through the probate process as the administrator of the estate, you have to be very organized, you have to keep good records of everything for the accounting, and you have to make sure that you're clearly communicating with everyone involved. Step 9 is filing the final accounting and closing out the probate process. During the probate process, you need to be keeping up with all of your expenses and payments that you are distributing out to creditors or the beneficiaries. So expenses are going to be things like car payments, mortgage payments, utilities, taxes, etc. Anything that would be related to managing the assets inside the estate. Then you need to have a record. Then you need to have an accounting of all the debts that you paid off and which creditors those debts were being paid to. And also an accounting of all the distributions that you made out to the beneficiaries, how much money you gave them, what assets you gave them, and you need to make sure that they have signed receipts on the inheritance that they have received, which will prove that you have actually given them that money. And then when you have all of that information in a spreadsheet, you can give it to the court system for them to review the final accounting of everything. With that, you will also file the petition to discharge you as the administrator of the estate. They will review everything and approve of it and close out the probate process, and you will be done. If you want help with the probate process, click the link in the bio, fill out the form, and schedule a time to talk to some of our team.